These latest headlines from ABC15 are sponsored by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorneys. One call, that's all.
I'm Faye Fredericks with your top stories from ABC15 Arizona. A few months ago, ABC15 heard from businesses across the valley about the impact of tariffs. They were concerned about the trade war and dealing with what at the time was a 145% tariff on imports from China. In recent months, the U.S. has reached trade deals with several nations, including with China, lowering those tariffs. So we went back to some of those businesses to ask, how are things going now?
Much better than August. Probably a little worse off than a year ago, but hopeful. And I think the market has calmed a bit. Everybody knows the situation we're in.
Prices are still rising. They're leveled out a little bit, but they're still rising. Customers are still shopping, maybe not buying as much as they used to, but still coming in and updating their supplies.
Overall, as you heard, they're hopeful. Business had been tough and concerns are still there, but they've been able to weather the economic storm so far. They're now keeping a close eye on the Supreme Court decision involving the president's authority to implement some of those tariffs in the first place. Arizona's newest Congresswoman, Grijalva, weighing in on the expected release of the Epstein files and the now public support of the effort from the president and House Speaker Mike Johnson.
I think the shift really has to do with the amount of political pressure from the communities, every representative. I heard from dozens of people saying, you need to stick to your guns, don't change your mind, sign that discharge petition. I'm glad I did.
Representative Grijalva also expressing fear about the potential for the White House to alter or delay the release of those files. To enhance safety and traffic flow, the city of Tempe is considering changes to speed limits on 7 key roads. But first, they're asking for your feedback. Here's a list of the proposed changes. You're invited to weigh in at 2 meetings on December 9th. One is at noon, the other at 6 p.m. at the Pyle Adult Recreation Center. That's near Rural and Southern. Millions of Americans are expected to travel for Thanksgiving next week. Airports are bracing for big crowds and drivers are being warned to expect even more traffic this year. Air travel is back to normal just in time for that busy Thanksgiving travel week. It's a welcome relief for many passengers whose plans were impacted by delays and cancellations during the government shutdown. Transportation authorities gave airlines the green light to resume normal operations Monday, and the disruptions from the government shutdown appear to be over.
Thank goodness it happened before the holidays because we all deserve good getaways.
Be prepared, though, for long lines at the airport and plenty of cars out on the roads. AAA projects nearly 82 million people will travel 50 miles or more between Tuesday, November 25th and Monday, December 1st. That would be a record. At least 73 million of those travelers are expected to drive. So what do gas prices look like here in Arizona? Well, AAA says statewide average is $3.38. Here in the valley, we're paying a little more, averaging $3.57 a gallon. Down in Tucson, meanwhile, average is far lower, just $3.13. Remember, you can always find the best deals to fill up near you by heading to abc15.com/gas. Help make the holidays magical for Arizona families in need by donating to Operation Santa Claus. Through December 17th, we're collecting non-perishable food, children's clothing, new toys, or cash donations for 5 amazing Arizona charities. Donating is easy. A list of drop-off locations right there on your screen. You can also donate anytime online at givetotheclaus.com.
Tracking your forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Amber Sullins. We have seen a lot of rain over the last couple of days out of this storm, and it's not over yet. We remain in weather action mode through tonight. We've got chances for some rain lingering into early tomorrow morning, along with some snow shower chances up across the high country before this storm system clears out completely. So on top of all the rain we've already received, we could get an additional 1/4 to 1/2 inch tonight going into tomorrow morning. 1 to 2 inches of snow above the 6,500-foot level, and we're going to keep things pretty breezy at times across the state as this storm system tracks through. Tomorrow, that chance for rain mainly in the morning as we drop into the 50s. Then as we head through the rest of the day, the sun's going to peek out. Temperatures will climb into the 60s. And although we may see an isolated shower or two in the afternoon hours, for the most part, we're going to be done by about mid-morning tomorrow. Then we have chances lingering into the weekend with yet another storm system right on the backside of this one. 60s continue through Sunday, dry next week.